Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. In this video, I would explain how to set up SSH keys for authentication in both Linux and Windows clients. In the diagram, I have shown SSH server and two SSH clients. The clients are of Windows and Linux type. In the last video, I have shown how to set up an SSH server, and also we have seen how to configure SSH server to run on a different port other than default port 22, and we have enabled the password and public key authentication. We also have seen how to connect from client to server using password authentication in the last session. So in this session, I would show how to perform public key authentication from client to server. So we would see how to set up private key and public key in the clients, and how to distribute the public key to the server, and how to connect from client to server without any password. Let us start. This is the server machine we have configured in the last video. Here what we have configured SSH daemon to run on port 2242. We also configured public key authentication and password authentication to S so that the user can log in with password as well as public key. So let us verify the same. Let me check the status of SSHD. If you see here, the server is listening on port 2242. Let me also verify the password authentication and public key authentication inside the SSH daemon configuration file. So if you see this file, we have enabled password authentication as well as public key authentication to S. So for public key authentication, we have made it S, and for authorized keys file, that will be present inside .ssh authorized keys file. So this is the default one. If you want to change the authorized keys file location, we can place it accordingly. But for this video, we will use the default authorized keys file. And also we have made the password authentication. So these are the configurations in server side. And also in the server, I have created a user already with test user. Let me try to log in with that. So this is the test user. So let me verify if any authorized keys file present inside the server. So we don't have any .sh directory because we have not enabled any public key authentication. So now in the client side, what we do, we'll generate the private key and public key, and we will try to copy the public key of the client inside the authorized keys of the server. So let us go to the client machine. So this is the client machine. Here, let me generate the private key and public key. So there is a tool called SSH keygen. We would use that tool. SSH keygen. Key means type, RSA. So the type of the keys are RSA type. And then the number of bits of the key is like 4096. Now it is asking for the file in which we have to save the key. So this is the default location of the private key. So we can change this location, or we can keep the default as well. So in this video, I would keep the default one. Enter. And also we can enter the passphrase. So I will keep the empty passphrase. So we have generated successfully two key files. One is private key, another is public key. So let me go inside this .ssh directory. Here we can verify the keys which are generated. So this is the private key and this is the public key. So this public key content we have to store inside authorized keys of server. So this public key content should go to the server authorized keys file. So there are two ways. Generally we can copy directly this and we can paste it there in the authorized keys of server. So another option is we can use SSH copy ID, which is a better option because we do not need to set any permissions and all manually. So let me use SSH copy ID command. So when we use this command, we have to specify the port. The port is 2242, and the target username is test user, and the machine name is SSH server. You can also provide the IP address of the server. When we enter the command for the first time, that means when we are connecting to the server for the first time, it would offer the host public key. So this key would be saved in the known host file of our client. So if I say yes, it is asking for the password. Let me give the password. Now we have added successfully the public key content inside authorized keys of server. Let me verify in the server whether this is added. So let me go inside .ssh directory. Yeah. So now a key file is already created and we can verify the content of this file. So this is the public key of our client. So since the public key is present, now we can directly connect from the client. So, and also we have to remember the permissions of this key file is very important. We have to maintain these permissions like 600. So this is why it is always advisable to use SSH copy ID command instead of copying manually to authorized keys file, because if there are some permission issues, I mean, if the permissions are not maintained properly, like 6000, then it would give us some problems. And also the directory permissions also should be maintained properly. Now we can verify the permissions of SSH directory also .ssh. So the directory permission should be given to only test user. That's why it is like 700. So these directory permissions are very important, as well as the permissions of this authorized keys also should be like 6000. So if we don't maintain these permissions, then we'll get permission denied when we try to connect to the server. So that is why it is always advisable to use SSH copy ID command instead of copying the public keys inside authorized keys file. So let me verify the connection from the client now. So SSH -p 2242 and test user SSH server. So when we give this, it should not ask us the password because we have already copied the public key. So now we are able to successfully log in without any password. Now we would perform the similar steps inside Windows. Let me open Windows client. So this is my Windows client. So before setting up the SSH connection from Windows client to SSH server, we need to have two softwares. One is Git Bash, another is Putty. So this is the link for downloading Putty. So download this MSI file in Windows and install the same. I have already installed this file, and in Git, this is the link. Just download the file and install it. I have already installed, so I would not show how to install this Git Bash and Putty in our machine. So once we install Git Bash and Putty in our machine, let us try to open Git Bash. So Git Bash is useful for generating the keys, whatever we have generated in Linux. So same Linux commands can be executed inside Windows. So I will execute SSH keygen -t RSA, and the number of bits of the key is 2048 or 4096. So we have to enter the file in which we have to save the private key. So I will keep the default one. It is saying already exists, so let me override this. I'm providing the empty passphrase. Now we have generated successfully the private key and public key. We have to copy this public key to the server. So let us copy the content of this public key to the server. SSH copy ID -p 2242 test user IP address is 10.0.0.70. So this is the server IP address. So now this is the first time it is connecting to server. So it is asking to store this fingerprint inside known host file. So let us enter S. So it is asking the password now. Enter password. So now we have successfully added another key to the server. So this is the Windows client public key, and previously we have added Linux client public key. So let us verify the authorized keys inside server. Now it should contain two key files. So cd.ssh inside server cat. So now we can see the authorized keys file inside the server contain two public keys. One is for Linux and this is for Windows. Okay, we can establish the SSH connection now from Windows client to Linux. So there are two ways we can establish. Directly we can use the SSH command here, or we can use puttyzen to generate a private key. So let me do the first thing. So I can execute SSH command here. So this is one way, and second way also I would show using putty. So SSH -p 2242. So this is the port on which SSH daemon is running in server. Test user at the rate the server IP is 10.0.0.7. Now it is successfully logged into the server. This is one way of connecting to the server from client inside Windows using Git Bash. Another way to use PuTTY. Let me open PuTTY in the client. So here we can mention the IP address of the target server 10.0.0.70 and the port number is 2242. So let me save the session as test SSH server. So for connecting to the server with private key, public key, we have to mention private key to PuTTY. So for that we need to click on connection. So there we need to select SSH. Under SSH auth folder will be there. Click on auth. So after selecting auth, we need to select corresponding private key. So by default, whatever generated ID RSA file, that will not be useful for PuTTY. So we have to generate a .ppk file. For that, what we need to do, open PuTTYzen. So here we need to load our private key, whatever we have generated. So once we select it, what we can do, we can directly save private key. So we do not have any passphrase while generating, just click on S. So here we need to mention some private key. This is the name, we can give any name, just save it. So that means we have the .ppk format now. Now this is the key file which is generated via PuTTYzen. Now in PuTTY we have to import this key. So let me go back to PuTTY. So here we need to browse corresponding .ppk file. So this is the ppk file. Select this one. So go back to session and save. So once we enter this, let us try to connect. For the first time it will offer the public key. So for the first time it is offering the host public key. Just accept this one. So it is asking the username. Provide the username. And now we are able to successfully log in without any password. So this way we can use the private key inside PuTTY to connect to the server. So in this session, what exactly we have performed? We have generated private key, public key inside Linux client, and we have copied the public key to the server, and we have verified the connection from Linux client to the SSH server. And also we have done the similar thing using Git Bash in Windows client. And we also have generated .ppk file using PuTTYzen, and we have used PuTTY to connect to the server without any password. So if you like the video, please like, share and subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching.